Hey everybody, hey Lou, try that again. Hey everybody, back for another Magic Origins draft. Drake Swarm here, Timothy. This will probably be our fifth Magic Origins draft. It is worth noting that Rise of the Eldrazi, or Triple Rise of the Eldrazi, is on Magic the Gathering Online right now. The reason I'm still doing Origins instead of something like that, which I usually like to branch out into formats that I haven't played very much, is really exactly that reason. I'm not familiar with Rise of the Eldrazi, so I don't want to just jump into it without knowing what's going on. But if people want to see me draft that, they can comment below, and I'll see if I can jump into one of those. But right now, I'm going to stick with the familiar. First pick here, I will take Exquisite Firecraft. It kills almost everything in the format. There are two other red cards that I wouldn't mind getting back in the pack. And really, the next best card is probably Swift Reckoning, which is just a removal spell as well, so I might as well take the sometimes uncounterable. Slightly, I don't really think it's better. Yeah, it's probably better than Swift Reckoning. I will take it, obviously. And follow that up with, looks like a pretty good pack. Anchor to the Aether, I think, is just a good card. Claustrophobia is here as well. And Disperse, so there are 3 blue removal spells. Enshrouded Mist is there for white. Undercity Troll is a very, very good 2-drop. There's also Wild Instincts. In the red color, there are only these 2, and neither of those I'm going to jump on right away. I will say Majoring Bully does belong in certain decks. I don't like that line of text. A creature has to attack every turn. But Majoring Bully is better than cards like Valley Dasher from other sets. Here, I'm probably going to take Undercity Troll. I don't think red-green is a great color combination, but it does have big creatures. The plan is really just to play big creatures and get through. And I think Undercity Troll, I'll start off with this really solid 2-drop. And we'll hedge a little bit. We're not tied to black or red. I'm sorry, green or red. Following that up, here's Molten Vortex. I can't remember if it was on Magic Online or... I think it was on Magic Online a couple drafts ago, maybe the last one even, where I got past a Molten Vortex. And it's usually just really good. There's sometimes it doesn't do anything, and there's sometimes where there's a lot of strain on whether you should be using it or you should hold a... land. The cool thing about Molten Vortex is once you've hit, say, your sixth mana source on the battlefield, you can just start pitching lands to Vortex, and then every card you draw is going to do something. It's a very good way to put Mana Flood and extra lands to your advantage, and you can use it in very clutch situations early in the game if you need to kind of clear off early creatures. First glance, this pack looks really bad. I mean, really bad. Yeah, I don't want any of these cards. Like, I really just don't want any of these cards. Talent of the Telepath, I don't think is good. I'm not going to take Reclaim. I don't think I'm ever going to play Reclaim. Honestly, I don't even know. Probably Coalblade or Bonded Construct. Maybe even Artificer's Epiphany. And we'll see if we go red-blue with artifacts. Coalblade, I just never seen be that awesome. I guess here I'm going to take Construct. I'll take Coalblade. I just don't need Construct right now, so I don't see why I should run into it. Boggart Brute's good. I'm happy to pick that up. And again, the rest of the pack is not great. If Boggart Brute wasn't here, the pick would be between Return Centaur and Hitchclaw Recluse. Decide whether we're going green or black, or if we're doing something else. Right now, it looks like red is favorable, as it seems to have been for the last couple drafts. Boggart Brute is good, though. And there's another Fiery Conclusion. There was one in the same pack with Molten Vortex. I think it's a good card. There's Evolving Wilds. There's Fetid Imp as a 2-drop. So are we pushing towards red-black again? Should I just stay on color with Fiery Conclusion? I like the idea of just Fiery Conclusion here, but we also have decent removal spells already. And maybe just Evolving Wilds so that we can shift around if we need to. Also Fetid Imp. I'm not getting clear signals other than just red being open. I'm going to take the red card that I know is going to be played. Wow, these packs have been pretty bad. Just the level of the commons is not very good. All of these 6 commons, all 6 of them are very niche. Some people say Angel's Tomb is bad. I don't think so. I like it quite a bit. I'm going to take it, and we can easily cut it if we need to. Chandra's Fury. It's either that or nothing. A Crowan Jailer. Wow, this first pack has been terrible. I mean, I've got a couple playable cards, but I have no idea where my deck is going right now. I'm going to take Chandra's Fury. And I don't even like playing that very much. The pack we open, Titan Strength. I'm definitely going to need to pick up more creatures. Yeah, I'll take Titan Strength. Mage Ring Bully came back, as I probably should have guessed. If not Mage Ring Bully, then Eyeblade Assassin, but I think I'll take the Bully here. I'll take this Undead Servant because it is a creature. I don't want any of these. I guess Bloodsucker. Very mediocre black cards. Very, very mediocre black cards. Neither of these are great. And Smash, I'm okay with Smash in the sideboard. So that first pack was actually just kind of just a weak pack in general. So I don't even know what my second color is. These black cards I don't want to even play. So if I get rid of the green and the 3 black cards, I really have 8 playable cards, and only 1, 2 of them are creatures. Seems like a bad start. It really does. 2 cards I just don't want to play here. Okay, let's see. Well, Mage Ring Responder is a beast. I would be okay with Cruel Revival. Do I really want to spend this pick on another removal spell, though? Fire Fiend Elemental or Dragon Fodder, I think, is what I'm hoping to wheel from this pack. Even Read the Bones, I guess, I'd be fine with. Foundry, I don't think is making it back, but I'm not going to first pick that Foundry. Mage Ring Responder, I have found is just a good card. I'll go ahead and take it. And then we don't have to prioritize high-pick creatures as well. Wow, okay, and then there's this pack. So here's everybody's favorite card, Sentinel of the Eternal Watch. It is just ridiculous. And by ridiculous, I mean read it. Yes, it's ridiculous for an uncommon. Unfortunately, there's no sign that I should be taking white, and I didn't take that Evolving Wilds. Here's Guiltleaf Winnower again, which I think I've played before in a very similar deck. Foil nonetheless. A removal spell in a creature with evasion. It really is a bomb. It's definitely better than Unholy Hunger here. And it's definitely the pick. Great Aurora, we don't even need to talk about that. Ooh, good. Now, I would like the Scout or the Husk, but I'm going to take the Blazing Hellhound. Very solid 4-drop. Ooh. And then we see Irosis Champion, which, if you've seen my other drafts, you know that's a pretty decent card. Here, I guess Shambling Ghoul is the pick. I don't want another 5-drop, even though I'm probably looking to cut Chandra's Fury. Actually, I don't want Rabid Bloodsucker either. Prickle Bore is good, but I'm going to prioritize low drops here. So we'll probably run an Angel's Tomb. We're probably definitely not playing this Undercity Troll, though. Evolving Wilds. This is like the 3rd or 4th Wild Instincts I've seen. Yeah, probably Evolving Wilds here. In our colors, there's no black in this pack. And then there's Demolish and a second Chandra's Fury. And there's absolutely no way I'm playing Chandra's Fury number 2. I'll take Evolving Wilds here. I always like having that. I really don't like Goblin Glory Chaser. I really don't. It's only good if you're on the play and you get it turn 1. If you're on the draw and you get it turn 1 and your opponent plays a 2-drop, it's just blanked and it doesn't do anything. And then it doesn't even block and trade for most things. I've played it a couple times. I played against it. I do not think it's even a good card, let alone a playable card. Unless you're curved out at like 3, then be my guest. Here I'll take Fire Fiend Elemental. Card that has been a little underwhelming, but sometimes it sneaks in and it gets there. And here I don't think I want the second Fire Fiend. Do I want the second Undead Servant before Lightning Javelin? I don't think so. Lightning Javelin's fine. It's no Lightning Bolt or anything like that, but it's just fine. Here's another Boggart Brute. I don't know, with these 3 Menace creatures, I wouldn't mind picking up something like Call of the Full Moon. Something where we can just push in lots of damage. Cards I'm looking to cut. Undead Servant, I really want at least 3 of those before I play any of them. Coalblade, not great. I only have 1, 2. I do have 3 creatures to play before turn 3, though. I definitely would like more. Mage Ring Responder is a beating if you can get it down. And some people will speculate on Angel's Tomb. I've had a lot of success with Angel's Tomb, especially in creature-heavy decks. Alright, this is, well, we had 3 wheels. I don't think this is a deck that really wants a second Titan Strength. I'm going to go with Read the Bones here before I go for another 4-drop. Read the Bones is okay if you're constantly adding to the board and you can afford to take a turn off to play a draw spell. I do like that we got this Guiltleaf Winnower too. There are some awkward matchups where you hold on to it because you really want to kill a creature with it. It also doesn't kill elves, but about 95% of the time it just comes down, blows something up, and then on the following turn you get to start attacking with it, and your opponent really can't block it unless they already had an impressive board state. See, if I were to cut these, I would have 9 creatures right now. Nothing for us here. Although Aeronaut and Knight of the Pilgrims Road would be decent pickups for those colors. Let's go ahead and take that, I guess. Ooh, Subterranean Scout's good pickup. Ooh, and Prickle Bore too. Alright, well those were both nice pickups. I'm going to move these speculative cards to the sideboard. That was very nice. Playable 2-drop creature, and actually a really decent one. Followed by Prickle Bore, which Prickle Bore looked very unexciting to me until I played against a player with a Prickle Bore, and I just couldn't ever block it without losing a creature. Alright, pack 3 does need to be good to us. I would not mind some sort of active treason effect, since we have Blazing Hellhound and Fiery Conclusion. Ooh, Mana Gorger. Can I play Mana Gorger with one Evolving Wilds? Or should I just take Call of the Full Moon? Man, this is very tempting just because of how ridiculous Mana Gorger Hydra is. I've also never gotten to play with it, but I don't think I can just go Evolving Wilds Forest, play Mana Gorger. I'm going to take Call of the Full Moon. Sometimes, the last time I played it had a very unimpressive showing, but sometimes it's really good, and I think it is very good if you have a lot of evasive creatures, so we'll go ahead and take it. I'm sad to see the Mana Gorger go. Also note there is a Suppression Bonds here, there's Thunderclap, another Undead Servant we don't really care about. And then we get past a pack that has some good cards, but nothing for us. 3 green uncommons. Sword of the Animist, I've been impressed with. I don't know that red-black is the type of deck that really wants it. But if I'm not taking the sword, then the only cards I'm looking at are these 2 1-drops, which I guess I would play. Would I even play Thornbow Archer? Maybe not. I'm going to take the sword. I think it's a good card. Fiery Impulse over Pile Driver is just not even a limited card. I wonder if a foil Goblin Pile Driver is worth anything on Magic Online, though. I do like to make my money back. There's also Foundry. Fiery Impulse just has to be the pick here, right? We're looking really light on creatures, though. But the curve is looking decent. Lots to do before turn 3. Angel's Tomb. This might not be the deck for you. Fetid Imp. There's a Topin Freeblade. Totem Guide Beast is also a pretty decent card. If you're playing anything like Knightly Valor, I think if you have at least 1 enchantment, you can justify playing this. Because the 2/5 body is also very relevant. But if you can fetch out your Suppression Bonds or your Knightly Valor or whatever, then Totem Guide becomes even better. I'm going to take Fetid Imp here as a defensive play. Ooh. Good pack for us. Now, do we want Thopter Engineer, which can potentially give haste to our Majoring Responder and is just a fairly decent card? Works well with Fiery Conclusion. Or do we want a Crone Sergeant? I think a Crone Sergeant is the more inherently powerful card. They're both 3-drop red creatures. I think Thopter Engineer is more along the lines of what I'm looking for. Kind of a more evasive, controlling kind of play here. That could be wrong, but the Thopter is also just a very good target for Call of the Full Moon. Let's see. I think I will take the Engineer. I'm not 100% sure that's better, but I'm going to take it. Angel's Tomb number 2, not very exciting. Boggart Brute number 3, Rune Servitor. Infectious Bloodlust could be good in this deck. Cobble Brute as another creature. I'm leaning towards Servitor as another 2-drop with a little bit of synergy in Thopter Engineer. And not a terrible card to sack off to something like Fiery Impulse. Do I just want another Boggart Brute instead? Maybe. I'll go with the stronger card. Wow, late Fiery Impulse. Other than that, we could give our Guardians haste. Another Majoring Bully. How many 2-drop creatures do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's fine, even though Coldblade might not make the cut. I don't want a second Majoring Bully. I do like Husk, I really do. I don't know that this is the deck for it, though. Impulse. Followed by probably Construct over the next best card for us being Infectious Bloodlust. Sure. Guess nobody's on the Thunderclap plan. We'll take this Thornbow Archer or another Construct. Construct number 2 I don't like. I'll take Thornbow. Ooh, wow. That's very surprising, actually. That's gotta be just better than Guardian Automaton. Even though I wouldn't mind Automaton, I'll take that really late Foundry. Not playing Bella's Lizard. And not playing either of these. Alright, let's see what we can do. We ended up with enough playables, thankfully, after a very weak first pack. Evolving Wilds and Foundry come out. Thornbow Archer. I'm just imagining turn 1 Thornbow Archer, turn 2 Call of the Full Moon, and then smack, 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 smack. Plus all of this removal. Thornbow Archer, if your opponent stumbles and they're not playing a 2-drop, Thornbow Archer is good on the play. And by good, I mean justifiable. I'm not going to play it along. I'm going to cut the Construct. And Coldblade, I really don't think... Is Coldblade good in this deck where we have double Fiery Impulse plus Fiery Conclusion plus Exquisite Fireblood plus Gilt Leaf Winnower plus Fetid Imp? Is Coldblade just okay right now? Probably decent. The problem with Coldblade is that there are some matchups and some cards like Disperse that just make it very embarrassing. Also, do we want to be spending turn 2 using Sword of the Animist? Honestly, I think Sword of the Animist you can justify in almost any deck. Don't quote me on that. Some people disagree. Fair enough, but I don't like Titan Strength very much. I'm looking at cutting Coldblade here. As a 2-drop creature, I would rather have Shambling Ghoul or Fetid Imp. Coldblade, the few times that it's actually just ridiculous where your opponent can't handle it and it gets out of control are so few and far between that it's worth cutting for the times that it just sits there as a 1/1 and can't block, can't attack, doesn't do anything. Thornbow Archer probably isn't right. And I'm wondering about... I really like the 3-drops. I really do. Majoring Responder could just be a cut as well, but I think the card's good. I think it's very good. And I don't know, there's some minute like synergies here, like Thopter Engineer plus Majoring Responder, which is being a little optimistic. Oh, Infectious Bloodlust is out, definitely. And the cuts I'm looking at are between Responder, Sword of the Animist, Thornbow Archer. Probably just Thornbow Archer. Yeah. 1, 2, and that leaves me with 4 plays before turn 1. I don't know. Actually, this is the type of deck that's going to use its mana pretty efficiently and pretty constantly. Sword of the Animist, I don't think I want to spend a turn equipping up a creature. when a lot of these creatures have low toughness anyway. Although Sword is just a stronger card than Thornbow Archer by a long shot. Okay. Again, Thornbow Archer is pretty bad if you're on the draw, and there are a lot of elf creatures where it just blanks his effect, and then he's attacking as a 1/2, which is very unimpressive. So even though this deck wants a 1-drop, I think I'm going to go for just the better card here. And then as far as the mana base, I like that I have Evolving Wilds, especially if I'm not playing a 1-drop. I need more red than black. I'm looking at... Let's toggle it around a little bit. No. No. Probably 9 and 6. We don't have that much black, but we do have a double black card, and we do have 2 black 2-drops. This will give us 10 red sources and 7 black sources, which we can live with. And if you ever sort up a creature, you can fetch out the land you're looking for. Seems unlikely, though, if you're already struggling for one of the colors. But I'm going to submit like this. Leave a comment below. I'm curious what people would swap out if I should be playing, say, Thornbow Archer or something like that in this sort of deck. This is a little unusual for a red-black deck because it doesn't have things like Act of Treason or Enthralled Victor, where I'm actually using these sacrifice outlets to a huge advantage. But it does have pretty solid cards. I like where it's going. Let me know what you would have done below, and I will see you all for round 1.